Okay, we have 4 cards. The 5 of Swords, the Page of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the Magician. 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I'm getting a situation. So the first situation is somebody in a group setting who isn't quite sure if the rest of the group is compatible for them. This is quite a nuanced frequency, so only watch if it resonates. Somebody who's sort of looking around them and questioning that sense of like whether or not they are the best. Like, so I don't know what this feels like because all my girls are just forever impressive, but I imagine that it must be a weird feeling when you look around you and realize that the people around you just aren't on your level, so to speak. That's the frequency I'm getting here, where a person is looking around them and realizing that the people that they have around them is just not to their caliber, or they're not somebody who, like, nobody inspires them in their friend group. Nuanced, very nuanced. Like I said, I don't really know what I don't know what this I don't know this frequency. But I can imagine it brings up this sense of like purpose, questioning your purpose, wondering if you have these type of people around you, what does that mean for what you can do? I'm getting that maybe you just ran into that statement of how how the people you keep around you are a reflection of who you are. That is very true. Yeah, so I imagine that someone is dealing with a situation. I'm feeling into someone's dealing with a situation like this, and I imagine it is difficult to process because I'm receiving that you have a big heart, likely a fire sign. You're very passionate about the people who you keep around you and who you connect with. But yeah, the truth of the matter is that when you are around people who don't inspire you, it does really do something. And when you have to move on, you have to move on. Although there isn't any moving on energy here. It's more like the consideration is there, but nothing's... The point is that it's up to you to do anything. You could even take your friends and the perception you have of them and sort of choose to just see the best in them anyway, instead of thinking that you have to now like spend less time with them or something because they don't inspire you, whatever. There are a lot of ways to this. I'm saying this is such a nuanced thing to deal with if this resonates. Let me look for another story here and see what comes up. This feels like very central energy, and I'm going to use that as the operating force because it, to me, gives the most negative frequency here. Everything else, these three cards on their own are pretty positive, strong, empowering, hope for the future, strong free will. This presents to me as a blockage in some way, either with the self, where someone is creating strategic ideas where there doesn't need to be, or someone is experiencing an external situation that is causing them to have to think strategically and they're not quite used to that. Either way, though, it seems to be entirely in your control. More than maybe you understand. You have more power than you think. You may even find that this change in perception, say you are dealing with something where you're looking at someone and something's weird, like you're seeing weird behavior, weird shit, that's the thing that's causing you to think strategically. You could take that situation, turn it around, and decide to look at someone, like I said, in the positive light. Then you'll find that whatever energies you were dealing with before, whatever weird stuff you were feeling before, it just kind of fades away. That does tend to happen. And I think it is happening a lot more often now, something like that, because of the thinning veil and the times that we're in energetically, sensitively. We are able to control our reality a lot more than we used to be able to. So, yeah, I could look into that. I'm going to shuffle from the Intuitive Tarot now. Cool. We have Temperance. That's beautiful. So I would suggest, if you are feeling any sort of, like if you're dealing with the frequency of betrayal right now, or a feeling of isolation, or like nobody has your back and you're sort of feeling all weird about everyone around you, basically, if you're dealing with like a distrust, whatever it is, just wait it out. If maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, via the hope and the ability for you to control your situation in whatever way you please, controlling your awareness and your perceptions, again, just wait it out. I'm going to read the interpretation of Temperance. I think the answer will just come naturally. It is a really uncomfortable period. I'm also feeling this kind of thing where I'm just accusing people of shit that they're not doing because I'm dealing with my own stuff, my own past stuff where I experienced this Six of Cups, where there was some sort of betrayal that was happening way back that really formed the foundation of how I relate to others. And now that's how I take it in situations where like people are so kind and trusting of me automatically because of that past shit. I'm going, oh, this person's trying to fuck with me. And they're not. Beneath, oh, we have the Fool. I saw this body here and thought of the moon, considering we're 2 days away. I'm recording this 2 days away from the lunar eclipse. But the Fool is a much better card to receive. The moon would have been tense. The Fool is very much, like I said, yeah, just wait it out. And do what you feel called to do. So if you feel the betrayal, you're feeling all sticky about it, and you feel like attacking and biting, then go ahead. But make room for being wrong. Make room for making assumptions. Acting from these senses of betrayal, feeling fiery, feeling fired up, feeling like, oh, I'm going to start, for example, you think somebody is taking advantage of you and they're taking you for a boost. They're treating you like an idiot. You start to retreat and you find that you actually never had to do that. You were just behaving from like fire. If you find you moved too soon, then accept that, because chances are that might very well happen. If you do too much right now, you might be doing too much. I don't know how else to put that. And you might get into a little bit of shit for it, but it's okay because you'll always be forgiven. You'll always be forgiven by those who are meant to forgive you. And whoever doesn't forgive you and can't, then yeah, bye. We have balancing energies in yourself and your life. Replenishment of the conscious thought, replenishment of the conscious through creative interaction with the unconscious. Openings, a new sense of connection, and angelic help are manifested in the outer world. Awareness of when action or inaction is necessary. Patience, silence. That sentence, the awareness of when action or inaction is necessary, feels very important because, like I said, there's a lot of something cooking here that might drive you to action out things that aren't ready. Like you might want to do something or say something out of turn or in a moment where it may have been too soon before you've even sat with it and processed it. That's okay. It's totally chilled. Consequences will happen as a result. Be open to conflict. There is quite a lot of that in the air right now as I'm recording. Timeless intention. But also, it's okay. It's all going to be okay. Seriously. Yeah. Just for interest's sake, we have the Queen of Wands beneath the deck. I find it interesting how many wands and how many of this is happening here. How much fire and energy there is. I'm getting a lot. I'm getting very much Sag energy. It's cool. I'm a Sag Mars. So yeah, shout out to us and our impatience. And our energy. we're quite full of it. But anyway, all my love to you. I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next reading.